The story of Marla from Sugar Creek. They still talk about her in the little town of Sugar Creek, Mississippi. Marla Jefferson, a black girl with skin like polished chestnut and eyes that carried stories far older than her 15 years. Folks say she was born during the worst summer the town had seen. Crops died, the river dried up, and her mama passed just hours after giving birth. Marla grew up with her grandmother, Miss Essie, in a sagging house on the edge of the woods. They had one quilt, two spoons, and no steady income. But Miss Essie had faith, and Marla had fire. By the time Marla turned 10, she was working 3 jobs, sweeping porches, selling berries by the roadside, and helping old man Dillard with his chickens. She didn't complain, not once. She saved every penny she could, stuffing them into a cracked mason jar under the floorboard. People say Marla never asked for charity. When Pastor Brooks offered her free bread one Sunday, she looked him dead in the eye and said, "No, thank you, sir. I aim to earn every crumb I eat." Now, Sugar Creek wasn't kind to girls like Marla. She was poor, black, and smart, and that last part really bothered people. At school, the other kids laughed at her worn-out shoes and hand-me-down dresses. But she didn't flinch. She read every book in the dusty school library, even the ones without covers. One night, a fire broke out at the school. Most thought it was lightning. Others said it was something darker. The whole place burned down. But when the flames settled, someone found Marla sitting on the edge of the schoolyard, a sack full of saved books in her lap, smoke still curling from the pages. That very night, she made a promise under the scorched sycamore tree. "I will rebuild this school, with or without help. These books will not die." At 16, Marla started a night school in Miss Essie's living room. Just 3 kids at first, then 7, then 20. They came after chores, after long days in the fields, to hear Marla teach math, reading, and the history no one else bothered to teach them. She taught until her voice gave out, until her hands ached from writing. She sent letters to faraway towns asking for books, chalk, anything they could spare. Some laughed, but some didn't. Boxes started arriving. Books, pencils, even desks. A retired teacher from Memphis sent her life savings. An old preacher in Georgia wrote down the 50 hymnals and a chalkboard. People began to believe in what Marla was doing. By the time Marla turned 23, Sugar Creek had a new schoolhouse, built by neighbors, painted by volunteers, and led by a girl who once had nothing. They say Marla never left Sugar Creek. She stayed, taught, and raised generations of children who learned not just how to read, but how to stand tall in a world that didn't always want them to. And sometimes, when the wind's right and the magnolias bloom heavy in the spring, folks say you can still hear Marla's voice echoing from that little schoolhouse, reading aloud just like she did on the first day. You are more than what the world says you are. You are the future, and you matter. And nobody in Sugar Creek ever doubted that again.